Well, an army of far-left activists went down to Durham, North Carolina to topple a Confederate statue, and I deeply oppose this action. In fact, I will say this, I oppose what they've done. Like I said before, I opposed toppling any monuments. That includes monuments to people that are mass murderers like communists. And now, I think this is a response to the Unite the Right rally that happened back last Sunday. You know, the fucking rally that turned violent. And of course, one of the reasons why this rally happened is because the city of Charlottesville wanted to wanted to take down the statue of General Robert E. Lee, which I opposed, and the rally started out as peaceful until Antifa showed up and it erupted into chaos here on then. And of course, in the aftermath, Antifa, he thought it would be a good idea to provoke them even further, went down to Durham to topple a Confederate statue just to inflate the far right, thinking, yeah, take that, fascist, we toppled one of your fucking Confederate statues. What are you gonna do about it? Yeah, what are they gonna do about it? Oh, I don't know. There are statues of Marx. There's a statue of Lenin in Seattle. In fact, there are a couple of monuments dedicated to the international brigades. Maybe excuse me, maybe the extreme right would love, maybe the extreme right and the neo-Confederates would consider destroying them. Yet, the far right will probably destroy those international brigade monuments as an act of revenge for the toppling of that statue in Durham that happened. And I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. Nice job, Antifa. You made the situation even worse by provoking them even further. And they're probably going to go to some town where a international brigade monument is and attempt to destroy that monument. Now, one of the pictures that is floating around on Twitter are a group of 3 individuals, mainly 2 black women and 1 black dude. The 2 women are like holding their fist high as a gesture of black power. You know, my black power, my black supremacy, and black nationalists. Now, here's one thing I could tell you about black nationalists and black supremacists. They love to talk about the idea that black people in the United States are held back. And they like to blame it on racism. You know, you black people can't, the reason why you black folks can't have any success in this country is because you're black. They don't like black people in this country. Yeah, that's pretty much one of their main excuse about this. I'm certainly it has nothing to do with the fact that educations in their neighborhoods suck. But yeah. Now, one of the reasons, well, I think one of the real reasons why black people are held back is because these black nationalists keep telling the black people within the country that they are held back because of their race, giving them the idea, why should I become a successful person in life via becoming a businessman, scientist, or whatever in STEM and business, or politics? Because if I do, they're just gonna discriminate against me because of my color of my skin. So I'm just not gonna try and live off of welfare or live off the government. And that's probably one of the reasons why black people are struggling behind in this country. It's because they keep listening to these black nationalist morons like Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Louis Farrakhan, Maxine Waters, and people on the internet like Kat Black and Francesca Ranzi. The best bet for them is to stop listening to these fucking morons and listen to people that are logical. Maybe listen to someone like Thomas Sowell. He seems to make more sense than these assholes. And that's all I gotta say about these black nationalists. There's like a picture where people are celebrating in front of the statue, um, um, there's one of the, holding up a banner saying no Trump, no KK, no racist or whatever. And one of the people that's holding the flag is some morbidly obese woman. If they wanted to take down that fucking statue, they should have their just climb up the fucking statue and sit on it. And maybe the statue will come toppling down because of her fucking weight. Just some joke. Because most of these SJWs, are like bad acceptance. They're like, half of them are like 5,000-pound women and shit. And a bunch of new males. And, of course, New Jersey decided to name them as a bunch of terrorist organizations, which Antifa itself shouldn't be registered as a terrorist organization, more of a crime syndicate. However, an organization known as Redneck Revolt should be labeled as a terrorist organization, be put on the terror watch on the account that these people are violent. The alt-left are a bunch of violent loonies people. And even if they're on the terror watch list, it's not going to stop them anyways. And as for that statue in Durham, shit's going to get fucking nasty. Now, if we don't do now, Styx alluded this about this situation where left versus right, this that's been happening around here as equivalent, as similar to the Weimar Republic during its last days, where you had communists and fascists going at each other. And I think he's right. I think that's the case, because it is like the Weimar Republic. Also, it's like Italy in the 1970s, and for a lesser extent, the Troubles in Northern Ireland. And we gotta find a way to avoid this shit from happening, or otherwise, we're gonna have situations where you're gonna have like people doing drive-by shootings. Instead of being gangs, they'll be like far right and far left groups shooting at each other. And we should avoid this before this becomes like Italy. And I mean, what I'm trying to say is we gotta find a way to avoid this mess, or otherwise this fucking country is gonna end up like Italy in the 1970s. Of course, a lot of people that lived through the 1970s think it's like the worst decade for this country. And you see Italy in the 1970s, I mean, and people were dropping dead at the time. Yeah, these people don't know what hardship is like at the time, because they weren't dodging bullets from political extremists, right-wing and left-wing radicals that try to kill each other and shit. They weren't. And I think that's what's going to happen in the future. Because, especially with the toppling of that statue of Durham, I still oppose that gesture. They shouldn't done that, but they did anyways. Now, most people will think I'm a right-leaning person. I'm not. I just hate the far left. So I'm Wicked Wonka. That's all. That protest in Charlottesville. Jesus Christ, man. That's like hometown of Christian. That's like the hometown of Chris Chan. And if you don't know what who Chris Chan is, consider yourself lucky. Anyways, I'm kind of mumbling on, so I'm Wicked Wonka. Please follow me on YouTube or VidMe if you want to hear more about my videos. I'm also on Twitter, and I'm also on Gavin. I also have a Gavin Minds account, so you can follow me on Gab or follow me on Minds if you want to hear more about me. So I'm Wicked Wonka, and I'm signing out.